All right, I'm doing the battery replacement on this. It's going to be a little difficult to do, but I don't know how many people are going to be working on these days. They're not very common, the ICOM 761. But anyway, the memory battery's down in here. It's not volatile. It's not like the 761. And here's your high stability unit while we're in here. See that? Those came standard on these radios. This is actually a really good radio. And I mean, it's not like I don't have other radios. But honestly, the receiver on this radio is top notch. So I'm going to be replacing this battery here today. And we're just going to go in and put a regular holder in its place. So we'll be back in a second. So he's going to put this in there and replace this one. It's an old Panasonic made in Japan. But when I put it on the meter, there's more voltage out of this one than the one that I bought today. So this one is reading like 3.2 and this is 3.3. So why would I want to go through the trouble of removing that and then trying to solder this in? This wouldn't be hard to put in its place, but if this is still working, you know, basically its job is to retain the memories, and I don't really use memories on this radio. I just, I'll turn it on and use it. So this battery's still good, and it's better than a new battery. So these are, not the best, I guess, probably, but it's brand new and it reads 0.1 less than the other one. So I don't know, maybe I should replace it anyway since I'm in here. So anyways, I did remove it and I did test it, and I tested a couple more of these Harbor Freight batteries. They're all the same. They're 3.29 and this is 3.33. So I could probably even show you here if I'm really careful. Anyway, I'm not going to replace a battery that's still good. This isn't like it's an ICOM 761 where if you lose the memory, you lose all the radio parameters. So that's plenty good for a lithium battery. So it's hard to say when it was replaced, but it's not an ICOM battery because it would say ICOM on it. I'm just going to leave it. So kind of looking at all the stuff in here, the high stability unit. I should a little bit more light here. Anyway, it's quite the radio. You can still work on these. I mean, there's no surface mount stuff in here. I mean, I guess there might be somewhere. I think this radio was probably manufactured in 1988, or maybe even earlier, or made prior to that and just continued with the same technology up until 88. So you have to remove the power supply, which is this guy right here. And I've heard people complain about the power supplies in this radio. So this radio doesn't have a connection on the back, but interestingly enough, you've got your regular HF6 connector. So should the power supply ever go bad on you, yes, you can just go and remove it. And then you have to figure out a way to get power out to the back. But anyways, if it was me, I would personally put another power supply inside of here. This is so much room. I bet you this Samlex power supply right here, stripped down, would fit in this damn cavity, honestly. But any of those modern little switching ones, I think I have one laying around here somewhere. Yeah, those guys there, and fit in there. So anyways, I guess I'm not changing the battery. So anyways, maybe somebody can use this video to figure out how to get into their 761 and find the memory battery. So you're going to pull the top cover and remove the power supply. You have to undo the bolts on the side here. And then that'll be that. Thanks, guys.